Saturday, the Golden Hurricane, first time ever in Oxford, Mississippi to take on Ole Miss at the SEC. Find out what happens next on the Philip Montgomery Show.
Philip Montgomery Show, brought to you by St. Francis Health System, by River Spirit Casino, by Pepsi. Now your host, Bruce Howard.
Hello again, everybody, and welcome to the Philip Montgomery Show. I'm Bruce Howard. Well, the Golden Hurricane coming into SEC country here in Oxford, Mississippi on Saturday, and what an effort. Falling behind at halftime by a fairly sizable score, TU was able to cut into it but couldn't quite get over the top, losing 35-27 to the Ole Miss Rebels, the number 13 team in the nation. In a moment, we'll be back and we'll have the lead up to the game, and then first half highlights. That's next on the Philip Montgomery Show. TU fans, it's almost October. You know what that means. It's time for Oktoberfest. Join TU on Saturday, October 1st as we take on Cincinnati and celebrate a TU Oktoberfest. There will be carnival games and rides on Chapman Commons during the pregame tailgate, along with live music and free food and beverages at our tailgate tent. The first 2,500 fans will receive a custom TU Oktoberfest mug. So get in early that day. Get your tickets today at TulsaHurricane.com or 918-631-4688.
A decade of power performance and a vision for a powerful future. This is the American Athletic Conference.
Just imagine you in a luxurious Mercedes cruising the open road in style. Let yourself dare to dream during River Spirit's Mercedes giveaway. The ultimate dream car could be your reality when you play for one of 2 Mercedes-Benz SUVs. Earn entries daily with your Connect card for both dreamy car giveaways on October 29th. So what are you waiting for? Dare to dream big and play for your 2022 Mercedes SUV. Only at River Spirit Casino Resort.
It's the 4th all-time meeting between TU and Ole Miss, and Tulsa had won the previous 3, including the last time the two teams played in the 1964 Blue Bonnet Bowl. A little bit later on in the show, we'll have a special feature on that. But let's get to the lead up to this game. TU taking on Ole Miss. Here's the lead up to the game, and then first half highlights, Rick Couri and head coach Philip Montgomery. Guys?
Okay, thanks, Bruce. All right, coach, coming in, SEC team, but it's the next game. You know it's not going to be an easy place to play. What was some of the focus coming in?
Well, I thought our guys really prepared well. I thought their mindset was in the right spot. I mean, we came here to win a football game. Thought we had an opportunity to do that, and as you look at the outcome of it, you know, fell a little bit short, but we gave ourselves a chance there in the 4th quarter to make that thing happen. And so, fought some adversity today, some things that you'd like to see not happen. But I thought some guys stepped up in some pressure situations and still battled, still competed, and gave us a chance to win late.
It's always a little bit louder sometimes when you got a bigger crowd, that kind of thing. Did you guys do anything during the week to mimic that or anything?
Yeah, no, not really. I didn't feel like the crowd noise was just all that impactful. I thought we handled that part of it really well. We just got to continue to keep growing. Got our run game going a little better this week. That was good to see. We got to continue what we've been doing in the passing game. Obviously, there's some factors to that. But we got to get back on track there too.
You saw coming in that they had a team that really pace you offensively, but your guys have done that too. How much help was that for your defense, knowing that you guys do that in practice and something they're a little bit more used to?
Yeah, you know, the tempo part of it, I think after the first series, I thought they used tempo in a pretty good way right there. Our defense comes to the sideline. they've seen it now, and then they had an opportunity to adjust, and then I thought we did a nice job, especially in the second half with it.
All right, so let's get the first half highlights. Here's Tulsa and Ole Miss in Oxford.
So it's 2nd down and 10 from the 38. 2 receivers stacked to the right, 1 receiver short side left. Here's a fake handoff. Bryn back to pass, looking, throwing to the right side, high in the air toward the end zone, and it is caught near the end zone, and down at the 1-yard line is Stokes. Right boundary at the 1. How did he catch that? And I thought he might have gotten into the end zone, Rick. Out of the shotgun, Bryn. Bryn hands the ball off, and it's Anderson off the right side, and he is close and scores a touchdown for Tulsa. And there's a flag down because there was an Ole Miss player coming on late. Tulsa went 12 plays, 87 to score to make it 7-7. And off to the right side, the handoff goes to Evans. He gets plowed and hit for a loss of 4 on the play. Right on 3rd and 10 from their 20. Back to pass, Dart has time, throws high in the air, left side, down the boundary, and it is incomplete. It was intended on the far left boundary for Jordan Watkins, but really good defense by Kendarin Ray. 2nd down and 7. Here's the snap. Back to pass goes Bryn. Bryn throws it left side, high in the air, caught by Santana near boundary 45 and out of bounds at about the 46-yard line. Receivers right, 1 to the left. Bryn out of the shotgun, has the snap, and the handoff goes to Anderson, charging up the middle, 40, 35, 30, down near the 25-yard line before he's finally taken off his pins, as Tavius Robinson was the last to hit him. 3-man front, but showing blitz, and here they come. Back to pass, Bryn. Bryn steps up, throws high in the air toward the end zone. Epps is wide open. He catches it. It's a touchdown for the Golden Hurricane. A 20-yard TD strike. Davis Bryn hitting Isaiah Epps, and the Hurricane has taken a 13-7 lead over Ole Miss. My goodness. And they Dart out of the shotgun. Judkins is the running back, and the handoff goes to Judkins up the middle and into the end zone. Touchdown. Boy, a nice job of blocking by that offensive line, and Judkins, after he broke that first level, 2 receivers far side right, 2 receivers near side left for Jackson Dart in the offense, and the talented true freshman Quinshon Judkins is the single setback, and he gets the carry, and he's able to shuck one guy off to the right side, 50, 45, 40, 35, and then swung out of bounds by Daquan Jackson at about the 32, maybe the 31-yard line. Dart out of the shotgun. Fake handoff, now floats it down the right boundary, and it is caught right side into the end zone. Touchdown Heath. Malik Heath with his 3rd touchdown reception of the season. Jackson Dart threw it perfectly. About his 16, and Lachlan Wilson, whose first punt was 37, receives a chest-high snap, rolling to the right, kicks it high in the air. It's got that backspin, and it hits at the 18, takes a TU roll, and then Watkins fields it at the 8 and gets buried immediately. And so that's good special teams coverage by TU. That's 5-11, 2-10. Handoff, Judkins again, and he got into the end zone. Touchdown, Ole Miss. Even though Jaden Simon was there was no way he was going to get the slashing Quinshon Judkins, and Judkins is in the end zone for a touchdown. 1st and 10 from the 25. Anderson, the tailback, and he gets the handoff off the right side. He shifts nicely to the left, and he zooms right up the middle to the 30 to the 32.
Than last year.
2nd down and 3, and the handoff goes again to Anderson. He's got a 1st down to the 40 and wrapped up at the 41-yard line. 41-yard line. 1st and 10, Tulsa trailing 28-14. The snap to Braxton, fake handoff, back to pass. He looks to the right, he runs to the right, now flips it downfield, and it's caught by Stokes at midfield and out of bounds. And a more precarious and unusual and nice 9-yard gain you'll never have. Braxton out of the shotgun on 1st down and 10. Has the snap, here comes a blitz, it's picked up, a throw left side, and a lunging catch made for only a 1-yard gain by Colby Powers, his 3rd catch of the game. Awaiting the snap from Marks. Braxton steps in and says a couple of things. Only 3 seconds to get the play off, and here's the snap. Braxton rolling to the right, rolling. A man coming his way. He throws an interception. It is picked off on the play by A.J. Finley, who comes to the near side to the 45 to the 50 and banged out of bounds in Tulsa territory. And that's a lot here in the late stages of the first half. Not a good thing. A quick pass left side, Mingo. Mingo breaks a tackle, 20, 15, 10, 5, walks into the end zone. Touchdown. 31 yards, and Ole Miss has broken it open at 34-14. First and 10 at the 25, and the handoff goes straight up the middle, and Jackson breaking a tackle, breaks another, 35-40, near side 45-50, he's at the 40, 35-30, and then out of bounds at about the 28-yard line. Oh my! 5 seconds to go in the half, snap is back, the ball is down, here's the kick, it's on the way, and it is perfect. And the Hurricane on the final play of the first half has gotten on the board again, and it is 35-17. So Tulsa gets a field goal on the final play of the first half, and TU trails at halftime 35-17 to the Rebels here in Oxford. Second half highlights coming up next on the Philip Montgomery Show. Hey TU fans, it's almost October. You know what that means. It's time for Oktoberfest. Join TU on Saturday, October 1st as we take on Cincinnati and celebrate a TU Oktoberfest. There will be carnival games and rides on Chapman Commons during the pregame tailgate, along with live music and free food and beverages at our tailgate tent. The first 2,500 fans will receive a custom TU Oktoberfest mug. So get in early that day. Get your tickets today at TulsaHurricane.com or 918-631-4688.
A decade of power performance and a vision for a powerful future. This is the American Athletic Conference.
The mission of St. Francis Health System to extend the presence and healing ministry of Christ means not only being there for the healthcare needs of individuals, but also making a positive impact in the communities we serve, offering support through thousands of jobs and through causes that unite us and promote health and wellness for all. We show our gratitude for the opportunity to serve by living our mission every day. St. Francis Health System. Healthcare for life.
Welcome back to the Philip Montgomery Show. The Golden Hurricane trailing at halftime 35-17, and the good possibility you won't see Tulsa's starting quarterback in the second half, Davis Brin. So let's get to halftime adjustments and then second half highlights. Here's my broadcast partner, Rick Couri, and head coach Philip Montgomery.
All right, thanks, Bruce. All right, so Coach, at the half, you responded so well after that initial drive, and then there was just a hot moment in there for Ole Miss. What are you guys talking about at the half?
Well, I think more than anything, we just got to settle down. We got to be who we are and play at our capabilities, right? I thought we did a nice job of that when we came back out. Defense came out, got some things going offensively, got a few things going, and understanding, hey, Braylon's in, but it's not going to change who we are. We got to be a little bit different. But that being said, got all the faith in the world in him and what he can do and his abilities. Let's go out and play. Everybody just kind of build each other up and continue to stay in it. He does have a skill set. He brings a little something extra. So does it help you make maybe some calls you wouldn't have before? There's a couple of calls in there that probably really fit his skill set a little bit more. I thought he did a nice job on some things of buying time and extending plays. That being said, I think we left a lot out on the field, but we'll continue to get better. He'll continue to get better, and we'll grow from it. All right, let's get the second half highlights. Here's the Ole Miss Rebels in Tulsa in Oxford.
Out of the shotgun, Braxton has the snap, and the handoff goes into the hands of Jordan Ford. And Ford able to shift right and left and then straight up the middle to the 35 and just outside the 35 and trying to confuse him. 1st and 10 for TU at the 49. Play action, pump fake. Now a quick throw to the left side, and it is caught by Powers left boundary at about the 40. Bashed out of bounds right there. It'll be a gain of 9. 5 seconds on the play clock. Out of the shotgun, Braylon Braxton. He gets the snap off just in time. He runs it to the right, now flips it way out of bounds. Nobody even close. It's a 20-yard field goal attempt for Long. Out of the hold of Wilson. Snap is back, ball down. Here's the kick on the way, and it is good. And so the Hurricane on the board, but boy, you sure would have liked to get 6 and 7, obviously. Quarterback, but Dart has the snap and now hands it off. Left side, it's Evans. Evans with nothing but white jerseys. And there's John Michael Terry to sling him to the turf for no gain, maybe a loss of a yard. And it'll be 2nd and long for Ole Miss at the Tulsa 48-yard line. Dart out of the shotgun, has the snap, and the handoff goes to Judkins. This time he's bottled up, but he veers off to the right. Thought he might find a hole over there, but again, it's John Michael Terry with the tackle. And that's going to bring up a 3rd down and 10 from just outside the 30-yard line. Jackson Dart has done a nice job of operating things here. Here's the snap and a fake handoff. He quickly flips it out to the right side. Watkins gets hit by 2 players, and a really nice job by Kenny Solomon as he made the first hit on the play and then knocked down by Jace Oliver as well. Tulsa trailing 35-20 in the ball game, trying to hold on here. 3rd and 8 from the 14 of TU. Out of the shotgun, Dart, he has the snap. Big rush on and a quick flip throw out to the left side. Judkin comes down with it. Now it's loose, and they've ruled an incompletion as the ball came loose, and Kendaron Ray came up with the ball. He tackled him at the 11.
Oh, well, here we go.
All right.
After review, the receiver caught the ball, made a move, and fumble was recovered by the defense at the 3-yard line. We 1st down Tulsa from that spot.
Offensive line, and they played pretty well based on that. Here's the snap on 2nd and 8, back to pass. Now a throw, near side, caught at the 20-yard line by Epps. Out of bounds at about the 21, and that's a nicely deft throw by Braylon Braxton, and TU needs this 3rd down conversion in order to keep things abreast. Here's the snap, and the handoff is a fake handoff, and Braylon Braxton takes it himself, breaking tackles 40. He gets it to the 50-yard line, diving forward to the 46-yard line. He got it to the 40, to the 46. Out of bounds, and TU 2nd down and 2. Handoff goes to Anderson. Anderson plugging forward. He plows down to the 25, down to the 20, outside the left hash mark. And again, 2 or 3 Ole Miss players took a ride on the A train. On 4th and 7, Braxton awaits the snap. He has the snap and drops back to pass. 4-man rush, and now he avoids a man. Now flips it toward the end zone. It's caught in the end zone. Epps scores for TU, 17-yard touchdown, and it's Braylon Braxton just barely behind the line of scrimmage when he threw it, and the Golden Hurricane has made it 35-26 on that touchdown pass, and Epps receiving his 2nd score of the ball game. Boy, did Braylon Braxton buy himself some time. He looked like he was in trouble, and we saw it on replay. He was clearly a yard behind the line of scrimmage. Extra point upcoming, an important one. Snap is back, ball is down. The kick is a line drive shot, and somehow it snuck through there. Boy, I don't know what happened with that one, but that one just barely got in. And the Hurricane takes a sigh of relief, because that's the difference between a 9-point game and an... Here's the snap, and the handoff goes to Judkins, and he is stopped by Goodlow, who crashes down and makes the tackle. No gain on the play. Goodlow tackling Judkins, and they're going to go for it and do it quickly. 3 for TU. Here's the snap, and the handoff goes to Judkins. He gets stuffed. So now it's 4th down and 3 at the TU 45-yard line. Here's the snap, and again, the handoff goes to Judkins, and Tulsa trying to rip the ball out of there, but Judkins hangs onto it, falls down at the 37, and with 11 seconds to go, that'll be your ball game. So a battle by TU in the second half. They get themselves back in the ball game, but they had 2 or 3 offensive opportunities down by 8 where they just simply couldn't get it going.
under their backup quarterback, Braylon Braxton, but a good fight for Tulsa as this one has gone final, and for the first time, Ole Miss has defeated Tulsa, the first time in 4 games, and your final score is Ole Miss 35, Tulsa 27. Back with the postgame show from...
This one's for every sports fan who just spent the entire game explaining to someone the entire game. You've compromised enough. Pepsi Zero Sugar. Rib Crib's been smoking the good stuff over 20 years, serving up mouth-watering barbecue, talking about slow-smoked classics like Rib Crib's famous ribs. Yeah. Hungry yet? Rib Crib.
Welcome back to the Philip Montgomery Show. The Golden Hurricane taking on Ole Miss for the first time in 58 years. That's right. The last time the two teams played was in 1964 in Houston, Texas at the Blue Bonnet Bowl. It was a heck of a game, and the University of Tulsa prevails. Here's a look back at that epic struggle in 1964. The 1964 Blue Bonnet Bowl in Houston pitted the Golden Hurricane of Tulsa, a team that had shattered every important passing record in the NCAA, against the powerhouse Ole Miss Rebels of the SEC.
You know who was ranked #1 in the nation preseason in 1964? Ole Miss.
Though they had dropped from that lofty early perch, the Rebels, led by legendary coach Johnny Vaught, still had a solid team. But they didn't have a whole lot of respect for TU, as an incident at a restaurant Thursday before the game proved.
You know, I never will forget this. We were eating at the San Jacinto Inn, and Mississippi had just finished eating.
So they're lined up there, okay, and we're getting off the bus, and they're lined up to get on their buses. They made remarks.
These guys were overconfident. And I remember one of them saying, "Mississippi reaps." And I thought to myself, yeah, we'll see about that.
Once the game got underway, you could tell it would be a physical defensive struggle. Ole Miss scored first on a 1-yard plunge by Jim Weatherly, and the Rebels led by a 7-0 score. But Rome got TU going with a mix of pass and run. Then an unlikely quarterback draw, which fooled the Ole Miss defense and got TU a 1st and goal. The Rebels stiffened, though, and TU was faced with 4th and goal from the 1, and it was Rome's play call.
I'm going to sprint out, and you guys, you run out for a pass like we're going to throw it, and I'm just going to look for a hole. I'm just going to come out, and I'm going to look, and I'm going for it. And I came out, and sure enough, there was always a little split. So it split, little hole there, and I just went in and dove in and made it in by this.
So that touchdown knotted things at 7 late in the first half. Then in the third quarter, Rome again had TU on the march. And with the Rebel defense paying so much attention to Howard Twilley, an unlikely hero emerged.
Eddie Fletcher was one-on-one against a defensive back, and Eddie ran a corner post. So he came down, he broke outside hard, and then broke back inside. There was nobody in the middle of the field. Normally they would have a guy in the middle of the field, but he was covering me.
Eddie Fletcher's TD catch gave TU a 14-7 lead, and then both defenses took over, especially the Hurricane defense led by Willie Towns, the defensive MVP of the game. He batted down several passes, and the TU defense swarmed Ole Miss, not letting the Rebels even sniff the goal line. When it was over, a satisfying win for the Golden Hurricane.
Beating Mississippi was super. Willie was the happiest man in the world. Willie Towns was happy because they didn't take it. He wanted to go to school there, but they didn't take it.
Well, yes, it was an extremely important win.
It sure was important. It was the first Tulsa Bowl win since the 1940s. More on the Philip Montgomery Show in a moment. Hey TU fans, it's almost October. You know what that means. It's time for Oktoberfest. Join TU on Saturday, October 1st as we take on Cincinnati and celebrate a TU Oktoberfest. There will be carnival games and rides on Chapman Commons during the pregame tailgate, along with live music and free food and beverages at our tailgate tent. The first 2,500 fans will receive a custom TU Oktoberfest mug. So get in early that day. Get your tickets today at TulsaHurricane.com or 918-631-4688.
So the final fall 8 points short, in what was an absolutely amazing second half, I thought. Your defense held Ole Miss scoreless. Braylon played well. You had chances at the end. That's a game that you had to feel so many emotions in. Take me through that second half.
Yeah, it was so proud of the way our team just continues to battle and continues to stay strong together. You look at how hard our guys are playing and giving ourselves an opportunity there late to go ahead and tie this up and potentially go ahead and extend and get a lead. So proud from that standpoint, understanding when we see those opportunities, we need to capitalize on them, had a chance to do that. But that's part of the growth, that's part of the learning process. We'll continue to go back to work knowing that we got a great opponent next week in Cincinnati coming to town and we start conference play.
And I know a lot of this is going to have to do, too, with who's available. It was a game of attrition for a while. You had guys go down here and there. Guys stepped in and did well. But you did some things really well. Rushed for 262 yards. You early on were very good on third down. There's a lot of bright spots, aren't there?
Yeah, there really is. And, you know, it's the fourth game in a row we hadn't started the same 5 guys up front offensive line, but I thought those guys really came off the ball well today. I thought our running backs were seeing things well, had great vision and moving chains. There's things we can build on. There's things we got to continue to improve on. But that being said, lots of good things we're going to be able to take out of this tape, but there's a lot of things that we got to continue to get better at, and we got that next man up type mentality. We had some of that go on today on both sides of the football. We got to continue that part.
And you need a crowd. Cincinnati in town, It's conference opener, season 2, if you will. It's a big deal.
It really is a big deal. I mean, we know what Cincinnati has been in conference the last several years. We understand what type of game this is going to be, and we need this home crowd to come and help us be a part of it, help us be a part of this win and finding a way to get over these guys.
And we need somebody to stop that guy. All right, so we'll see you next week at H.A. Chapman Stadium for Tulsa and Cincinnati.
All right, thanks, guys. Well, yeah, it is the opener at home in the league for Tulsa. The first game is at home against Cincinnati, and the Bearcats come in, obviously, a team that got to the Final Four last year, so it's a big-time game to open up American Athletic Conference play. So get your tickets now at 918-631-GO-TU or TulsaHurricane.com, and we'll see you Saturday at H.A. Chapman Stadium. For my broadcast partner, Rick Couri, and for head coach Philip Montgomery, I'm Bruce Howard. So long for now.
The Philip Montgomery Show, brought to you by St. Francis Health System, by Riversbury Casino, by Pepsi.
This has been a presentation from Learfield,